Reese. Hello, Reese. Reese says, I've always had issues getting over a heartbreak. Who wouldn't? I always find myself getting stuck in the past and yo-yoing between vigorous anger and nasty depression. Is there something wrong with my mind, the heart? If it's a medical question, I'm not qualified to answer that, Reese, because I don't know. If you go to your psychologist, psychiatrist, and they do a blood test, and they'll find out if there is any chemical imbalance, and they can, help you with that. And if it's a question about the heart, of course, again, I'm not a doctor, and so you need to go to see your physical, family physician, and he or she would be able to answer your question. But if you're just, it's a metaphor you're using, as if there's something wrong with me because I feel this way, not knowing anything about your health and assuming that your health is all fine and normal, I'd say no, there's nothing wrong with you to feel this way. It's because you haven't understood. Again, having considered that you have consulted with your doctors and these are not the issues, and you're a generally healthy person, so I would say that you are basically not understanding the role of your ego that creates your anger, because it hasn't been fluffed and you haven't been affirmed by your ex, or the breakup that you went through, and you are seeking affirmation from your relationship and hoping that others with their opinion will give you the value that you feel you deserve to have, while you should take that upon yourself and be confident about your values based on your contribution to the world, to the society, how positively you affect the people around you, how effectively you accomplish your tasks and your goals, and how keen and focused you are on building a better life and lifestyle for yourself. That's all you need to focus on, rather than if I'm in a relationship, then I feel good about myself. If I'm not, then I feel rejected, and that means I'm diminished in value, and I'm not affirmed, and I get pissed off, and I feel like I'm not as good as the other persons, other people, I'm compared. All these things will run into your mind, and you just go nuts with it, which none of them really have any truth to it, because you are the one who set your own value with the way you accomplish and you negotiate your daily life. Nothing else. The rest of it is your fears, your ego, is your desire for pleasure, and the very mere fact of that we are pursuing pleasure is the reason that we are fearful. And that is another discussion by itself, which I will probably make a video on this topic alone. Fear, which we have many videos on fear that I've made here, but there's another video that I've been contemplating on making it short and sassy, but to the point, and to bring your attention to the connection between pleasure, fear, pleasure and fear, and the role of the rest of how it affects everything else. Without knowing about pleasure, we would know why fear is there. We have discussed fear in different ways before, especially in one of the seminars I did in one of the local universities a few years ago, and the video is on. It's called The End of Fear. Go watch that. It's only 46 minutes, elaborate, and it's very useful. But I want to approach it in a different way as well. So, if you understand the role of your fear, pleasure, ego, desire, and all that, then you will see where the anger, disappointment, and the depression all comes from. And provided, again, you go and check with your doctor, make sure that this depression is not clinical, is not any imbalance in, I don't know, serotonin or lithium or whatever else that could be in the blood. Having said that, because I'm not a doctor and I want to make sure that you guys will take good care of yourself through your physicians, and the discussions that we have is about thoughts, consciousness, fear, desire, and ego, and it's all about how a human being is put together and what affects us to know our own psyche better. That's the extent of it that I share with you here. So I hope that is something that was somehow helpful to you, and you simply need to focus on more accomplishment in your life. Bring that happiness to your life by achieving your goals, focusing on goals, and enjoying every moment of this life, and not letting the reason for your happiness to be one thing, and that would be some certain relationship that you're after or you find it suitable for you. But focus on life as a whole. There's so many things in this life that you need to accomplish and understand and interact with, rather than thinking, okay, food means steak, and as long as if I don't have steak, that means I don't have food. Well, there are all other kinds of food groups and what is available, and steak is not the only food, or I don't know, tomato or banana. There are so many other kind of food that is available. You can't just pick one part of the whole group of things and focus on that as if your life is dependent on that. So open your eyes. Relationship is not the only thing that can bring happiness to you. Relationship is just a temporary thing, that because it's between two people and two people are made out of their conscious, and their conscious are different, and it can also be modified while even they are together. So it can never be an assurance that these two people will actually end up living together for God knows how long, because their understanding of life and their experiences and their level of conditioning and contents of the conscious are different. And that's what brings the divisions and conflicts, which could happen at any time, especially when they have focus on their physical attributes to be attracted to each other, and that time span passes and there is nothing else that is mystery to them to discover, and they get bored and they think something wrong with the other one, and they jump ship and go to another person, thinking that these physical connections could actually bring about a better quality of relationship and is the reason for the relationship not working. And that is something they will eventually find out. But in the meantime, you got to focus on, wow, what a life, and what is life all about. Not just one thing in life is what makes the whole entirety of the life meaningful to you. It's just not reasonable. All right. We'll have many videos about success and happiness. And another video that I have says, your future is balanced, or something like that. That's when I talk about the tentacles that is connecting you to your life, and friends and job and activities and things, your life and relationship. And when a relationship breaks up, it's only one connection, one rope that is broken. It's like the bridges that you can see, big humongous bridges. They have hundreds of ropes connecting these the bridge to the points of holding it up. And when one of these cables break up, that's why there's so many of them. So when one goes off, nothing happens to the bridge. So you don't have to panic when you are connected to life through so many different things: your career, your friends, your family, your relationship, your things you like to do, things you like to eat, places you want to go, experiences you want to do, experience and see. And then one of them is relationship breaks up, and suddenly you think the whole bridge is falling down. No, you got all other ropes that is connecting to life. So you're safe. There is enough time for you to simply replace this rope and reconnect it to another relationship or another sports that you like, that you don't want to do or can't do for a while, and you change it to something else, or another interest, or another food that you may perhaps find that you're tired of it, you can't handle it again. You change it. So there's time for you to replace what this rope was connected to and was holding it up. It's not broken, so go replace it. Don't panic that, oh, now all the ropes are gone and the bridge is falling, or my life is falling. No, only one thing that was of interest to you and part of your lifestyle is changed, needs to be modified. So go ahead, repair it. It's like a car breaks down. You go find the part and replace it. It's not like the end of the world. Oh my goodness, it's not going to run again. No, it will. Just replace the part. And don't think that was the only part that could make my car move. No, it could be from a different manufacturer, but still functions the same. So your girlfriend or whatever your situation is, it didn't work out, you know, you will find, when you're ready, you will find another girl and things will be fine again. You know, just cool down. Nothing wrong with you. But, you know, to be sure, to go and do those checks with your doctors, and then you're up and at it.